Good day everybody, Bitsu here, and welcome to the next installment of BitszuCraft. In today's episode, we are going to connect up this area over here where the bone tower is, and the still not quite completed slime farms up to the area over way off in the distance behind me, where the house is and where the whole little town, village, whatever we want to call it, is coming together. So let's get to her. Well, first things first, we've got to kind of connect up the paths here. So I'm just going to kind of run back and forth along the area and just kind of swing my shovel around, make some path blocks as we go, and we can pretty that up as we continue along. But I'm thinking that I'm going to want to place the bridge right around here. It feels like a pretty good spot to start because house is right here and we just come up around the hill to it, and then it's also accessible from all this other stuff over yonder. So let's just kind of arbitrarily pick a spot down here. And well, maybe let's just go over by one or two more. Right about there-ish. Sure, why not? Okay. Oops. Man. How, derp. Me am good at crouch. Yes. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's why I fell off the block. Half slabs, man. Okay, one there. And I'm just going to make a little diagonal platform across here to get started with, and then we'll figure out exactly what kind of bridge we want this to look like. Yeah, I figured a diagonal here would be kind of interesting looking, and it would give me an added challenge to... I don't build on the diagonal very often, so I figured why the heck not? Plus, just this placement here, it works out perfectly, connecting up the land by, you know, all of our buildings over here to this little kind of jut out here, this little peninsula. So I think that is kind of perfect. And hopefully I can make this look half decent. So once I get across here, let's see exactly where it joins up with this little lump of land over here. Oops, whatever. That can stay there for now. Right here, hey? Yeah, probably be best to just chop this down. These little 3 or 4 stragglers of dirt sticking up right, y'all. Oh yes, and I'll get this guy back right now. And why not? Let's fill in that spot. And how wide am I going to want this bridge? Definitely needs to be wider than that. Well, we can really take it out one in each direction if we want to. So let's just start here. And every other bridge I've made so far has been kind of curved a little bit. It's been higher in the middle. So I think this one I'm going to make perfectly flat across the walking surface itself. But the supports for it, I'm thinking probably going to want some kind of an arch underneath it to hold the bridge up. And then we'll have to worry about like railings and all that kind of business as well. So let's get this up. Hello, puppy. He's so whiny. Oh, are you lonely? Maybe one more widthwise, but let's go take a look at it from the side and see what we can't see. Okay. So yeah, probably just do like a gentle arch. Yeah, one would do. Cool. And then we could just fill in the spots above it with like, that's why I've got a buttload of fences on me. Cool. Alright, let's try that. Let's see, whereabouts would the center this be? So I can just count off how oh, right about there. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8? 8 in from this side. It doesn't have to be the exact center. It's got to be the, I think it's more important for it to be the visual center of this thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy right here will be the middle. So let's try and hit these from the bottom then. I'm wanting, there we go, our curve to just kind of start there. And, okay, now how wide does it have to go? Be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not, it's got to be pretty steep off the bat. So have it come out by 3, then drop 1, then drop 3, then drop 5, then drop 7, and then drop to the ground. And of course it's not going to be solid, it's going to be hollow inside, so let's clear that out. Okay, now let's go look at this from the side now and see whether or not that's working. These dogs are being so weird. Tell them to sit, and they sit, but they still kind of teleport around and follow me. That doesn't make no sense. Okay, that's kind of more just a straight diagonal line than it is an arch. Oh, and you know what? I didn't bring a bed. Okay, I will go grab one quick, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, that one didn't work. Let's try that again. So that's center, so we'll go out by, let's go 3 this time, and down by 1, then down by 2, let's take a peek at that now. After we hollow it out a little bit, that is. I think that'll look stupid having a gap like that, so let's just do this. How is it on this end? That's good. But we could get rid of that and just have 1 up there. There we go. 1 there. Cool. Now let's see. Is that more of an arch now instead of just a straight line? Should be, I think. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that works. And then we'll just do the same here, here, and here. Okay, cool. Let's try it out. Yeah, that works basic shape-wise. Now, do we want just 1 in the center, or should I make that... Well, now that we've got that basic shape figured out, let's figure out exactly how wide we want this sucker. Like, this works, but railing-wise, once we stick a railing on here, it'll feel pretty narrow. It's essentially going to be 1 block wide in some places. So yeah, we should probably widen this whole sucker out by at least 1 more. And if we do that, I think we might want to have 2 arches underneath, right beside each other with just a slight gap in between them. Like 1 on this side and 1 on that side kind of deal. Otherwise, I feel like it would... I think it would feel like the arch is too deep into the center here. I don't know. We'll have a look at it once we get this in place, and get a railing up too. I think we should I think we should figure that out as well before we get going too much further. There we go. But now it's Betty Bye time. Kusnor. Okay, now railing wise. Do fences attach to the sides? No, they don't. Okay. So we're going to need to put a perimeter of solid blocks around this guy. Now, do we use just planks or do we use logs? And if we use logs, then do we end up using logs for the arch instead of these slabs? Yeah, let's load up on logs. Why not? Alright, off to the wood mill. Well, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it just yet, but railing. It would be nice if these things connected on the diagonal, but whatever. There's enough of a block there that you're not going to just accidentally randomly walk off the edge, but if you wanted to on purpose, it's still possible. I've been debating whether or not I want to bring this up, like, to be a top half slab instead of a bottom half slab and have it flush here, but I think that might look goofy on the edges. I just thought that might look cool on the bottom here. Okay, now to follow the archways on the sides, I guess, here. Do I have them on this row? Or do I have them on this row? Might be better to have one here and here, and then there's just a slight gap of just the one between them. That might look kind of cool. Okay, let's try that. I don't know, I think I might like it better if it was bulked up just a little bit. Like that. Well, let's see, both sides are completely different now. One of them the gaps are single, one of them the gaps are double. Let's see. No, this has better flow. That's just looking kind of janky. Okay, let's carve those out of there and then fill the area with some fence posts and see how we feel about it. Now let's take a peek at this from afar. It's looking still just a little bit janktastic, but yeah, I think that's working. Now if we do the same on the opposite side, and then we connect the, oops, not there. We connect the fence post between the two. I think it should look pretty okay. Alrighty folks, big reveal. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it just yet, but here we go. We follow the path around the corner and boom, we got ourselves a bridge. I'm thinking I might want to replace the roof with a darker color just to break it up some, because it's an awful lot of samey same going on here, but yeah, there we go. There's that. And I'll take a peek at it from the side here. Left everything pretty much the same way it was, except the fences, I kind of filled in the middle pieces, and yeah. It's just so oak heavy, I don't know. I think we should maybe change the roof blocks to spruce or something, just to get a different color in there. But there it is. One bridge down. Boom. Okay, now let's, I think, start making some paths from here over to the bone barn. Why do I keep calling it the bone barn? Oh my goodness. The bone tower. Now, what's going to be the most natural path to get here? Because we've got all these weird dips and crevices and junk. Meow. Well, I could clear out some of this here. Meow. There we go. And it'll be kind of kicked up on either side. didn't mean to do that. There we go. Now let's see, how natural does that feel? Is it just too square? That's pretty square. Okay, let's chip you back one, you back one. Trim you right down. We have one missing here. And there. Yeah, it's a little better, hey? Cool. Now this area, since I'm wanting it to be all dry and dead, I'm thinking for the meantime, we could just have everything be a path block. And where the actual path is going to be, we can change that to like gravel and coarse dirt. And I still want to have a few veins of like netherrack and coal blocks and stuff kind of coming off of here. I want this whole neighborhood here to look really just dried out and dead and, I don't know, like evil. Like nasty enchantments have been happening here or something. I'm also, now that I've got this and the slime farm going, I'm thinking it might not be a bad idea to move the nether portal to over here somewhere, just because it kind of fits with the theme of all spooky and creepy and gross. There's a thought. I wonder if just changing... Yeah. Sorry, got distracted here. I'm gonna change the ones on the very ends here, and maybe a couple in the middle for logs. I think that might make it look a little bit more sound structure-wise, plus it'll break up all of this just oak color a little bit and bring in some more of the darker color there. Let's take a peek at that. So these two, and maybe where it first flattens out. Did I grab all the fence? No, I didn't. There we go. Which is right... this one. Can you reach it? Ooh, yeah. There, I think that definitely helps. Yeah, just to break it up just a wee bit more. And I also doubled up the line of slabs on either side just to give it a little bit more structure. It was looking kind of naked above the logs. And I think, other than still maybe the colors being off by a bit, that I'm starting to get happy with this. I'm wondering if maybe if I use birch wood instead for down here so it's nice and pale. Oh, and I see a block missing. Hello. A few blocks missing. We're missing some fences down here. Well, that ain't no good. Let's just schlippity schlap schlap shoo. Boink. There we go. Now she's done ski. I'm wondering if maybe I use birch wood instead so that it's pale across the middle here in the bottom. Then that won't be quite so samey as these. And then maybe... I don't know whether to change the posts or the roof. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below, and let me know whether you think that the fence posts or the roof should get changed to a darker color. I'm thinking spruce for one of those two, and then birch down here so it's nice and pale and worn looking. So yeah, just leave some comments down below which of the two you think would look better, or if you've got any other ideas on how to improve this bridge, just let me know, and we'll chip away at her together. Cool, cool, cool. Well, there's that. Yeah, that's a bit better, hey? Not quite so oak heavy. Still though, these two being exactly the same, I don't know. Meh. Meh. Anywho, we'll go on from the bridge. We'll leave it for the time being, and I'll just kind of mull it around in the back of my head. And let's continue along with some landscaping, with some path building, with some I don't have a shovel on me. Well, what the hey. And you'll notice too, I'm all kitted out, guys. Check it. Protection 4, Aqua Affinity, stuff and thangs and stuff. Feather Falling 4 and Depth Strider. Plus, boom, fancy sword. Boom, fancy bow. Boom, fancy pickaxe. Fortune 3, that's friggin' beautiful to have. I spent the night AFK at the Bone Tower and discovered a cool little trick. If I have a bunch of puppies in tow, they will kill the skeletons for me, and I still get the XP. So yeah, it's a little bit cheaty, but booyah. I came back from an overnight AFK session to 138 levels, something like that, which is redonkulous. But yeah, that was, oops, my inventory's full of crap again. Now, why am I lugging around? Where'd that even come from? No idea. I must have blasted a skeleton in the face or something. Anyhoozle, yeah, with that all said and done, it's really, wow, it's really making life a lot easier having some actual decent gear. So I think, yeah, I'm going to probably end up doing a nice, lovely overnight AFK session every time I shut down. So you'll probably notice that there's always going to be puppy dogs around here for the time being, I think. But right now, I am going to just kind of go around and kill all the grass in the area. And then once that is accomplished, I will come back and I'll start making some veins of kind of grody death, black ucky evilness oozing out of the base of the tower here into the surrounding landscape. Cool. I'll see you guys once I get some of that done. Alright, I've gotten a start on these just kind of tendrils of decay branching away from the tower here. And I've ringed it with some netherrack and coal and gray wool, and I'm just having that kind of sort of follow the tendrils and peter out. And I'm thinking that's starting to come together as something that's looking a little bit kind of doomy, deathy, plaguey, kind of magical poison spreading away from it. So this, I think, is something that I'm just going to kind of place a block or two here and there every time I come back over here. And I'm really going to need to harvest up me a whole whack load of coal, because I love the way the coal blocks look here. That's pretty dope. I'm thinking have it ringed with the netherrack and have the tendrils start in netherrack, surround them with the coal, and then maybe have bits and pieces of gray around the coal before it turns into this stuff here and just branches off and spreads out into the surrounding countryside. Boom. Yeah, that's getting creepy. I like it. Cool. Awesome. And then as I work on this, I will be wanting, I think, to work over here as well. I should probably do the same sort of a look around the slime farm here. But I'm thinking instead of netherrack, I'm probably going to build up the area around here just a little bit. And then I will ring around this whole thing, I think, with slime. With slime blocks and green glass and green stained clay and that kind of stuff, and make it look like the slime is kind of oozing out through the walls and the cracks of the building that I'm going to put around this. And the building itself will probably only be about 4 or 5 blocks tall, and probably like mostly stone with like big gaps and cracks and holes in it with slime oozing out through those. I think that will look pretty sweet. But then I'll do the same thing. I'll have the dead earth kind of spread out from it. And yeah, I think this is going to look pretty sweet once I get it all... Once I get this whole neighborhood just dead and killed and filled with path blocks and sand and dead plants. We can do stuff like, there we go, there it is. Have the odd one of these here and there, boop. And we can have the edges of where the path blocks kind of peter out and end. We can have that kind of fade into sand. That might be a little bit bright, but that's something to play with anyway. Just because I don't want to have too many. I just like the idea of having a bunch of dead plants around here as well. And we can just kind of bring that out. Another one there. Boom. Yep. I think I'm going to have fun with this, just kind of mindlessly plugging away. And again, like I said, this will be something that I just kind of chip away at probably pretty much every time I'm over here. And gradually it'll start looking better and better. Right now it's kind of bunk, but it'll get there, I think. It'll get there. It's going to be work in progress for some time, he thinks. And if nothing else, it's going to just keep a bunch of this grass out of here. I'm hating the tall grasses in this neighborhood, just because it doesn't match the feel that we want to go for. Boom. Dead. Not green and vibrant. Sweet. But I think that's about all the time I've got for today. So at this point, I am going to say toodly pipski, and I will see you all in the next episode. So as always, if you like what you see, go ahead and smack that like button. And if you want to see more, go ahead and hit that round Bitsu icon to subscribe. Any comments, questions, or even if you just want to say hi, please go ahead and leave some comments down below. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye!